guys, so I'm back with another makeup video finally. I have been like super slack mode lately. Like all I do is baby videos. I have an almost 6-month-old and that's really taking over my life. So like it's been a journey trying to get my makeup groove back. So I apologize for the lack of makeup videos, but I'm really like I'm motivated and I'm gonna make an effort to do more. And one of the videos that I've been meaning to do for a really long time, and I had set the products aside for like almost months, was an updated my favorite foundations for tan skin. And the reason why I'm doing that is because on the top 5 most popular blog posts on makeupbyrenren.com of all time, one of them is my favorite foundations for tan skin. And it's like so old, it's like probably like 8 years old, but still really popular. So I figured I really need to do an updated one and I should just film a video. So this is gonna be like an updated foundation collection, as well as my favorite foundations for tan skin and swatches, and like a mini review of these foundations. So this is kind of like what's in my foundation arsenal. I'm pretty picky with foundations. I don't get a million different ones. I just kind of stick to a couple because I don't like to waste money and just like use a 1 or 2 pumps from a bottle because I don't wear makeup every single day. So these are ones I've kind of collected over the last couple of years that are still good. And what I did is I swatched them as well on paper with the shade names as well as the brand names. So you can refer to my blog, makeupbyrenren.com. I'll link the post below, so that way you can kind of see the swatches and it'll have all the shades. So if you are someone who has like my similar skin tone, you can go ahead and reference that. I do want to really quickly show my shirt because it's a new shirt. I just got it from Target. I went to Target to get some stuff for my baby and I was like, let me buy something for mama, and I really love the message on this shirt. So it says she can, she will. Oh great, there's makeup on it already. But it's just like a little t-shirt that's kind of like a woman empowerment, and I'm all about that and it makes me happy. So this would be a really cute shirt with like a little blazer and jeans and leggings. So like that. I need to fix that stain. I think it's from this lip right here. It looks purple, so gotta get that out because it's like brand new. Okay, so let's get started. I did a photo shoot this morning and I still have like residue makeup, but I didn't really fix my face that much because I wanted to swatch the actual foundations on my cheek so you could really see what it looks like. So I am at my winter color right now. I'm paler than usual. I'm actually wearing a little bit of self-tan lotion because of the photo shoot, but if you see, I'm gonna remove my makeup on this side. I am paler than normal. I haven't seen the sun that much. I stay inside with the baby all day, and I haven't been on vacation since last summer. Well, actually, I went to Florida last weekend, but that was like a 2-day trip. I didn't really do much. So you can see this is my skin color right here. Ideally, you want to match your neck and your body. My skin on my face is a little bit paler than my body because of like skincare. And if you're not really sure how to do this whole foundation matching thing, I have a really extensive how to match your foundation video. And that's what I do for myself and my makeup clients. So I'll link that below because it's super helpful. Okay, so let's start out with one of my favorite matches. And usually when I'm in a match for a foundation, it's usually something in the tan/medium dark range. So that's how I know it's going to match my skin tone. I need something that's like a tan color with warm undertones. So the first one we're going to talk about, the first brand, is CoverFX. So there's a little bit of controversy behind CoverFX. They are now starting to expand their skin tone range to deeper shades, thank goodness, but for the longest time it was not that many, and luckily I was a perfect match for the shade tan. So I do want to mention this because if you are in my range, you might like these. My 2 favorite foundations from IT Cosmetics are the Confidence in a Compact. This is a serum foundation. It's really lightweight. It looks like my skin, but better like no makeup, which is my preference actually. And it has like this serum, so it kind of gives moisture to my sometimes dry skin. And the second favorite one is the classic Your Skin But Better CC color correcting cream. So this is really a popular one. I had it for years and I never really used it, but then one day I just like pulled it out and I was like, whoa, this is really good. No wonder people love it. So this is more high coverage. And it looks really nice on the skin. This one's more like light to medium coverage, so depending on what you like, you can try either of these. So I'm going to swatch this for you guys. So you can see like I have almost used this look. I've hit pan and I like never hit pan, so you know I love it. So whenever I swatch foundation, I teach my students, I tell them to take a Q-tip, get some product, and then get it. I like to do cheek to jaw so you could see if it matches like your whole face, center and the outside. And then I'm gonna do, oops, I got too much. The thing about these is that you just never know how much you're gonna squeeze out. Okay, so you can see on here, this is kind of like a true kind of brownish tone, so it matches like my tan skin. And now I'm going to just rub it in with my finger. So you see it gives me a little bit of a tan, but that's okay because my body is a little bit darker than the rest of my face. So do you see how this one matches me a little better? The more sheer the foundation, the better the match is going to be because I can see my skin through it. And this one on the side is a little more full. But do you see? Always take a step back and look. And it looks very close to my skin tone and my neck. So I will say that they do send me products to review. So I have not purchased this. This was sent, but they don't pay me to review the products. And I've had these products for a while and I continue to use them. I would repurchase these when I run out. So really love these and I've been using them for a while. Okay, the second foundation I'm going to talk about is Armani Luminous Silk. You've probably heard people use it. It's a little bit of a pricier one. I splurged on this because when I was getting married, I did my own makeup when I got married in the Dominican Republic. So I was like, you know what? I'm not hiring an artist. I'm going to get me some nice high-end makeup. And I always heard really good things about this. The reason why I got this is because I love a dewy complexion. And I heard that this was like really beautiful and glowy on the skin. It's called Luminous Silk. So the shade that I use is number 8. So I bought this online on Sephora. So I was kind of like really going back and forth, reading the reviews. And this is actually a pretty good match. It is a little bit on the beige side though. So like I prefer more of a yellow golden undertone. This one's a teeny bit beige, but it still works. So you'll see what this looks like on me in a second. It's a little bit darker than my current skin right now, but I wore this today for the photo shoot because I did a little self-tan. So you see how it's a little bit, but when you rub it in, you'll see how the finish is super pretty. It just kind of floats on the skin and gives you a really dewy effect. Okay, see though, it's brown, but it's got that little bit of beige. But I'm okay with it being a little bit beige because the finish is so pretty. So that's the closest I found to my skin tone. If it had a little bit more yellow, it would be right straight on. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. So the next one I'm going to talk about is MAC. So everybody knows MAC. MAC was like the only foundation I used to wear like in my teens and 20s because they were like one of the only lines I felt like catered to a lot of different skin tones. And they have the NC line, which is like more for yellow complexion like me. NC meaning neutral cool, meaning not cool, meaning warm, which is so weird. But anyways, I fell off of MAC for a long time though because I found out that there were so many other great brands and MAC kind of like is not the only option, and it was kind of like, I felt like it was kind of diluting the brand once it got bought out by Estee Lauder. So I'm not like a #1 MAC fan anymore, but I still have some of their foundations. So just for reference, the MAC foundation shade I usually am is NC42 during the winter, NC43 more during the summer. So I have 2 NC42s right here. So the first one is MAC Pro Longwear Foundation. I actually bought this when I was on vacation in New York because I didn't have foundation with me. Like, I don't know what happened, or maybe I just felt like buying a new one. Anyways, I wore this because I wanted to wear a long wearing foundation because I was going to a wedding. I knew it would be dancing and it would be a long day. So this is good for, like, to me it's more like full coverage long wear. So I'm not a full coverage long wear daily, but on an occasion basis, special occasion, I'll rock this. So this is the NC42. And you see this is like way more yellow than the last one. So that's that yellow undertone. So here's what this looks like. See, it's a little bit more full coverage because you can't really see my skin through it. But this is a good shade for my winter color. Do you see how it kind of matches the yellow in my neck? So the next one I have is MAC Studio Water Weight. This one I got because I want a lightweight foundation. I like more medium coverage. I don't like to be like feeling like heavy foundation on. So this one is great for those of you who want that lighter feel. So this is also NC42. And you see when I blend it in more, you can kind of see it's a little bit more sheer. This one looks a little bit darker, interestingly enough. And that might be because my skin is kind of poking through this as well, because it's more sheer. So that kind of goes to show you that just because it's the same shade, you kind of have to really swatch it because there might be some variances. This might also be because this foundation is getting a little old, so maybe it's like oxidizing. So these are the two shades. I can make both of them work. This is probably more of a summer shade, and this is more of a winter shade. So I always recommend you should have at least two different foundations, one for your winter and summer shade. You can even mix them together, the lighter and the darker, when you're like right in the middle. That way you'll always have an accurate match no matter what the season is. And also if you have like two different skin tones going on, like lighter in the center, darker on the outside, you'll be able to potentially have one foundation here and one foundation here and really look spot on. You don't want to just like, you know, settle with, you know, a shade that's close when you can kind of like really pinpoint the different areas accurately. All right, the next brand we're going to talk about is Nars. Nars, I'm a cheapo, so I didn't get any Nars until I got the pro discount. So I have a 40% discount with Nars for being a makeup artist. So I went to an event with them for my makeup school, and I actually picked up these two foundations. So the first one is Sheer Glow, which is super popular. I had heard about it for like a long time on YouTube, and I finally just was like, I'm going to try it. And then when I tried it, I was like, yes, I love this. I love the finish. It's kind of similar to the Armani Luminous Silk, but not as dewy, and the shade to me is better. So the shade is medium/dark 1 Syracuse. So this one is definitely more of my summer shade, but this has a mix of yellow and brown in it, which I like for my skin tone. So do you see how this is super golden? It's got yellow and brown. There's no sign of beige, which I really, really like. And it's like medium coverage with a little bit of dew. So I love this. It's probably one of the ones that I reach for the most. Usually I go between these two when I'm feeling fancy. And then on an everyday basis, I'll probably wear this one. Okay? But I like to mix it up. So the second foundation I have from Nars is the Velvet Matte Skin Tint. I bought this specifically for like summer vacation when I'm really, really tan, because I can get so tan. My skin loves to tan in the sun. I'm just not usually in the sun unless I'm on vacation. I got this because this is more of like an outdoor kind of like tinted foundation. The shade is Cuba Medium 3. This one is really deep for me, so you'll see. So I'm gonna save this for when I go on vacay and I definitely pick up a tan. I can tell that I haven't used it in a while because it's kind of separating a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna swatch this next to it. So do you see how it's definitely more of like almost like a reddish brown? This one is, like I said though, it's a tint. So it's okay because it's sheer, and that's what I like on vacation. Your skin can breathe in the sun, but it's definitely like a darker shade. Okay? So I probably wouldn't repurchase this because I haven't used it all that much, but I would definitely repurchase the Sheer Glow again. And I've just been lazy because like I have to like go online and register my in-store pro discount online in order to use it. And like I signed up for the Nars discount like weeks ago and I haven't heard back, so I don't know what the heck's up with that. I have the in-store discount, but it's all the way in Buckhead, and that's like a 30-minute drive for me, so I'm like, I'll just wait. Okay, so that's those two shades right there. Alright, so the next two are drugstore options because I didn't want to do like all high-end. So FYI, the Cover FX I got sponsored, so those are ones I didn't purchase, but all of the rest of them, except for the last one, I bought on my own. So I bought Armani, the MAC, the Nars on my own, and I also bought this Covergirl one. So this is an old Covergirl foundation, but I wanted to tell you what shade I am in Covergirl. So I bought this because this was like really hyped on the internet a couple years ago, and I found a shade that worked for me. So in general, shade 857, which is known as Golden Tan, is my Covergirl shade, in case you're looking to find something like in the Covergirl line. This is the Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous. This one is more of a high coverage foundation, which, you know, I'm not a high coverage girl, but it just looked really good on the skin, so I was like, okay, this is a winner. So I've gone through actually a lot of foundations, which I haven't mentioned, And the reason why I don't mention it is because I don't like it. So everything here I actually like. If you have ever seen me do like a haul or like a product like swatches and I don't mention it, it's because I don't really wear the foundation. And there are some major brands, which I'm just not going to mention, that I don't really care for. So anyways, CoverGirl, here we go. So you can see this is also kind of got that golden yellow and it's a little bit brown. So this is a good match too. So this looks really nice on the skin. It's more matte. So this is also good for those of you who prefer like the no shine look. So this is actually probably a good winter shade for me because it's a little bit more yellow versus brown. Okay, so the last ones I'm going to talk about are L'Oreal. So L'Oreal does send me their products. So I review a lot of their products, but again, not pay to do it. But the first foundation I'm going to talk about, I actually bought this for myself at the drugstore because I was doing like a drugstore makeup tutorial. So this is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. So again, Lumi, meaning luminous. I'm about that dewy skin look. The shade I got is W6, meaning warm. And the color is called Sun Beige. Now, I don't like anything that says beige in it. Like a lot of drugstore foundations have the title beige. And that's when I usually know it's not a match. But this one I thought was pretty good. So I'm going to swatch it for you. And I can even see like it looks beige on my hand. But it was the closest I could find. So on my skin, do you see how it's really kind of a cool undertone where I prefer more of that yellow? But I could make it work, you know what I'm saying, a little bronzer, a little yellow highlight. So that's that shade. And then I also have the regular L'Oreal True Match. And this is actually a better match for me. I didn't buy this one. They sent me the L'Oreal True Match line to review. So I don't really wear this one, but I like having it because I have a whole bunch of their shades and I know I can get a really accurate match. But I feel like the formula to me is, it's just okay. You know, I prefer, like, it's kind of like a basic, like, look good on everybody, where I prefer more of like a dewy finish, where this is kind of just like right in the middle. But this is kind of like one of those classic foundations that you can't go wrong with. So if you don't know, if you're like a beginner in foundation, you can't go wrong with this because they have so many shades, warm, neutral, cool. And it's just kind of like that medium coverage, like skin-like finish. So this would be really good for like, you know, everyday wear, or even like for like an HD look where you want a real skin-like finish. So this is W5.5 and the shade is called Suntan. So the other one was W6. This one is like 5.5, which means it's kind of like, should technically be lighter. But the fact that it's called Suntan sounds already better than Sun Beige. So I'm going to swatch this next to it. So even though this is W5.5, it's got more of a golden undertone. Do you see? Gold and beige. So I like 5.5 better. And this is actually nice. Like, I just don't reach for it because I think because it's on the bottom of my makeup station. But swatching this again, I think I should start wearing this more often. And I like that it's more lightweight because especially on like an everyday basis. So those are all of my options. So what do you guys think? Do you have any favorites for tan skin? Let me know because I will cop those. Or in general, what are your favorite foundations and the ones that I need to try out? So I hope this was helpful. Make sure to check out my blog, makeupbyrunrun.com, where I'll do the swatches and the pictures and all that good stuff. And that's it for now. I'm glad that I was able to do this video. Felt like my old blogging self, putting work into like content and showing you guys. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great night. Ciao, Bellas.